You wake in the night wide awake, and you cannot move a single muscle, and something is sitting on your chest. You surface out of sleep, your mind clicks on, your eyes might even be open, but your body will not respond. You can't move, you can't speak, you can't even cry out. And worst of all, you are certain there is something in the room, something dark watching you, maybe pressing down right on your chest. This is sleep paralysis. And it happens because two parts of you woke up at completely different times. Here's the setup. Every single night when you dream, your brain does something clever and slightly alarming. It paralyzes your entire body on purpose. During dream sleep, it switches your muscles off so that you can't physically act out whatever you're dreaming. So you don't sprint out of bed to escape a nightmare. It's a safety catch. Normally that paralysis quietly lifts a split second before you wake up. But every so often, the timing slips. Your mind boots up fully awake and aware, while your body is still locked down in that dream paralysis. And so for a few endless seconds, you are wide awake, trapped inside a body that will not move, conscious inside a dream. And that explains the crushing weight on your chest. During dream sleep, the muscles around your chest go slack, and your breathing drops to shallow and automatic, run only by your diaphragm. So you wake into that shallow, restricted breathing, and your alarmed brain reads it as something heavy, something pressing down, something sitting on you. Now look at the situation you're in. You are awake, you cannot move, and you cannot take a proper breath. To your brain, that is a 5-alarm emergency. Your threat detector, the amygdala, roars to life, utterly convinced that you are in mortal danger. And it immediately starts scouring the dark room for whatever that danger must be. But remember, you are still half inside REM sleep, still churning out vivid, dreamlike images. So your terrified brain takes that overwhelming sense of, there is a threat in here, and the dream imagery it's already producing, and it fuses them into a single, solid figure, a shadow, a hag, a demon in the corner. Your mind conjures a monster purely to explain a terror it can't otherwise place. And here's the part that genuinely gives me chills. This exact experience turns up in every culture on Earth. In Newfoundland, it's the old hag crushing you as you sleep. In Japan, it's kanashibari, being bound by invisible metal. Across old Europe, a witch or demon crouching on the sleeper's chest, the mare, buried right there in the word nightmare. Same figure, same weight, same dread, everywhere. And this is the crucial bit. It is not the folklore creating the experience. It's the exact opposite. The brain state is identical inside every human skull, so it generates the very same core hallucination, the same lurking intruder, the same crushing weight all over the world. And then each culture simply hands that one universal monster a local name and a costume. So the demon on your chest is real, in the only sense that actually matters. It is a genuine, built-in experience, stitched together by your own brain, out of paralysis, shallow breath, raw fear, and a few leftover scraps of dream. Not a visitor. A remarkably convincing, homemade ghost that human beings have been meeting and naming for thousands of years. So if you ever wake up frozen with a shadow on your chest, try to remember, in the moment, that it will pass in seconds. It isn't a demon, it's just your body running a little late. Sweet dreams. If a monster your own brain builds in the dark is the sort of thing that keeps you up, the next one needs no brain at all to frighten you. On why a sound so low you can't even hear it can flood an entire room with dread. Same channel, same wide-awake little man.